Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is... I don't have title cards right now because I didn't make them. But this is Grand Arena. Second match of Season 60, I think? We lost the first match. This is largely because I was traveling completely unprepared, don't have a lot of datacrons, and did not change my datacrons, even though I did get a heads up, thanks Trekt, for that match. So up against this presumably Russian or Russian-speaking player, this is how it went. My defense held. You can see it did fairly well. We have Rogue One getting a hold. We have 4 attempts up against Trench with no datacron. That's why I always push back against that anti-Trench commentary. He one-shot the front territory. Over in this tier, I think he did well here as well. But we get a hold with the Tuskens, but everything else was one shot. And then Fleet, I believe, was entirely one shot. Yes. Now for me, I was just unprepared. I did not have a second team that I could throw at this JMK. And I just kind of got stuck. Had I had Inquisitors for a backup cleanup, probably would have been fine. But everything that I threw in at this stage wasn't working, so I focused on just clearing what I could. And ultimately, it was not enough. Today we are far more prepared for my opponent Nugget. You can see he is at the Russian player's information's on here now. Okay. I couldn't go over the details of my opponent's roster last time. Now I can. Nugget here, 8 GLs, 34 Amis, and 300k more GP than me. But I've got the Omicron advantage. His relic advantage is minor. Only 200, only 9 more than me. That's definitely not significant. Relic distribution, though, we're pretty comparable. He's got more tier 7, but we're basically tied with the rest. More tier 5s, but we're pretty similar. Now mods, I've got better mods and counts. Datacrons, he's not really participating, but this is, I feel like we're just hitting a weird transition point. A lot of the accounts here aren't participating, but we are near the lower end of Kyber 2. Actually, we're at the bottom of Kyber 2. I gotta fight for my life to stay in Kyber 2 right now. Now with GLs, he's got everything. They are relic 8s for the most part. There's a relic 9 here or there. Everything else is looking good. There's only one 7 GL player in the bracket, and that was my opponent last round, who also did not have Melgus. If I was prepared, I feel like I could have beat that guy. Because there's so many things he didn't have. Is that all off screen right now? Yeah, it's all off screen. We won't talk about it. Alright, now Nugget here, triple Ami, Melgus, his Radis has an Ami, little slow, his Iden, Starkill. All these characters are a little slow. We're seeing a theme here. His Afra's at 299, no Amis, but it's 3v3, so that doesn't matter. Zori, not usable. His third sister, Krex, Malikos, a lot of characters he's just throwing down triple Amis on these characters instead of spreading them out. I'd rather have 1 or 2 Amis on Baudelaire than all 3 on Third Sister and Malikos and Swallow. I think we need to be a little bit more careful dropping those. And then no Jar Jar. Jar Jar's been taking a while. This is also why I push characters like that you don't know when they're going to come back. So with Balin Skull, for instance, or is he permanent? Well, with these characters that are very important to raids, you want to make sure you get them. And so we gotta be prepared for these limited time things, especially when they're when having them completely alters your performance in another game mode like raids. And because I know there's been a number of players who've just been waiting for Jar Jar and he's not shown back up. You can't put yourself into a position where you are vulnerable to CG's timeline. Because for me, I was ready to get Grand Inquisitor second time around. I was ready in 3 months, and then he didn't show up for 6. Now that didn't have a huge consequence because at the time there was no Third Sister, the raid system hadn't been overhauled, so not having him in that timeline was more annoying than relevant. But this case, it's relevant. The rest of this here, we are looking at... He's got all the fleet, and again, my opponent was the weakest one with fleet. My opponent, I'm not going to get distracted because it's not on screen. But that was a favorable matchup that I had no solution for that JMK because I didn't shift around my characters or have certain datacrons available. Now returning here, quick look over at what Nugget's got going on. Nugget, again, that Afro was at 299 speed. So if we see Afro anyway right there, so that is going to be pretty short. There's maybe 31 characters. We'll take a look. Nope. Getting down to 30. Let's check out the Grand Inquisitor. Yeah, he's got 30 characters. Compared to like my near 50, I'm probably like between 45 and 50 characters above 300 speed right now. And it's not hugely relevant because a lot of these characters it doesn't matter too much, but it just is reflective of the overall modding that we saw when we were going through the bracket on SWGOH, where the overall modding did have just like a number of data points that suggested we're going to have some pretty meaningful advantages here. Now, he didn't get through Fleet. Let's see how efficient he was getting through this. Jabba, 2 attempts. We've got 2 attempts on Luthen, and on the back wall we are looking at multiple attempts up against Radis, Cadme, and then let's check out what happened here. Punishing one. So punishing one, just eating up attempts. I did remember to make that change. Now, what we got to deal with, okay, no Datacrons, that's going to be a huge help. Or no new Datacrons. Melgus, we got Cadme, we got Iden, Geos, there's some weak stuff here. And we're looking at Jabba. And then down below, that's interesting, we got a sign of Django. That's nonsense. I was wondering if like there was going to be some mercenary thing and there's not. Then we got a bunch of nonsense. Bastila lead. Okay. Alright. We should be good. It really is. This match is going to probably come down to Fleet. I got terrible Datacrons right now. While I was traveling, I did not push in Conquest like I should have. There's a number of days with wasted energy where I just didn't use all my refreshes, make enough progress. Do I want that or Dispel? Take this. Let's get to the big screen and get going. I feel like there's something I want to cover. Last video we went deep into all the fast food I was eating while I was driving around. Finally trying out some fast food and restaurants that I just haven't been able to before because I don't live in those parts of the country where they were. So we're not covering that today, but there's probably some other stuff we can mention. Alright, so we triggered 1 damage immunity. Why am I not landing my stuff? This is terrible. This is like frightening and terrible. What is going on? We have never had one go this bad before. Like, we're not getting any turn meter. We're not getting debuffs. Like, what is going on? We need some stuns. Like, really bad. Alright, we gotta get rid of these inspired. She's gonna take a turn in a minute. Okay. We're doing this now. Like, it's not ideal, but we gotta heal up. And we did have a healing immunity on Mara Jade, which was bad. Can we get a... Okay, we got a shock there, which is good. This is all going terribly. I'm very worried right now. And I'm afraid to use the... Okay, that's good. I don't want to lose Mara Jade. This is unavoidable, right? Good. Terrible. Just terrible. That's kind of surprising. What kind of Datacron was this? That is... Okay, so maybe that was part of it. He got more turns. He was a little bit faster than normal. We didn't get our turn meter the way that we normally do. Interesting. Rest of this is weak, though. Although cleaning that up is always annoying. Let's keep moving. Let's go Imperial Remnants here. Hopefully this works in 3v3 as well as it does in 5v5. Can you chill? Had to clean up some feathers today. Like, This cat was a rescue and does not tolerate being indoors. Grew up on the streets of LA. Alright. Am I doing everything right? I'm not paying enough attention. One of the things that's going on is it's probably work related, but every November I just hit this period of... I'm just a little scared right now. I hit this period of like a lull in enthusiasm with the game. But it's also a busy time for me, so that might be part of it. But I do find that it does keep happening. I am terrified. Yeah, I am terrified right now. Alright, we can bring him back at least, but let's do that. We're going to keep spamming the AoE. We're not getting what I want out of this. Okay. Alright. They're healing up every time before we can do anything. Do I want an A? I think I want to keep doing the AoE, but I'm wondering if I want to switch it up. No, that's bad. Okay. Let's pull turn meter away. They're going to take a turn. Now we can AoE. Maybe we'll start pulling turn meter away a little bit more strategically. AoE again. Alright, that takes care of one. This will hopefully take care of Cadme. Good, she's down. We're back. Alright, we're good. Yeah, I think there's some lessons learned here, though. I think we can't just spam the AoE because of there's not enough characters, so we're not getting as much opportunity. I think what we can do though is pay attention to where their turn meter is and just manage their turns by stripping turn meter a little bit more often than we were. But still the counter that we want to use, which I was fairly confident in, but you never know with your first time in 3v3 trying this stuff. I don't even remember what we like to do with Melgus. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to JMK this, but I'm a little concerned about it. Maybe I should check what he has on the back wall, because he definitely didn't change his defense. I'm going to check his back wall. I don't think there's anything we got to be concerned about. No more GLs, so I feel safe using JMK right now. Let's grab Jedi. I've been using the revive one. Yeah, this works. What do we got? Well, we got to fix this camera. Okay. Just paused for a second to... mentally paused for a second so that I could remember how I like to play this. Alright, we're going to take out Chrysanthemum, and now we're focusing on charging up. Chrysanthemum will pop back up, but for the moment he will not have a taunt. allowing us to make a little bit more progress on Bosch. Now, if we're lucky, we can take out Bosch, well, there it goes, before he taunts, but we were not. Sometimes it happens, rarely, it's not a huge deal. We're going to keep focusing on the charge. And we should, we're still short of the alt. We're going to do this to help charge. I'm going to call the assist now, but we're like a turn behind, which is concerning. We'll throw an armor shred. Now our alt, and we're focusing on Jabba now. But there is a chance Rancor is going to come out, and if Rancor goes after Cat, then we're in trouble. And maybe I should have landed a healing immunity instead of did the reset. Okay. And there we go. We're good. We can auto. Geos, Iden Melgus, and down below we got this. I'm going to be saving my JTR Swallow for the back wall. There's some nonsense here. The Melgus. I want to keep Bane, I think, for just in case. Probably should have done that Seer Starkiller Malicos. That would have been smarter, because this defense isn't hard enough where I needed to separate my Starkiller and my Malicos. I think it's just because I normally don't combine them. I kind of forget about that one from time to time. What do we want? Maybe we will use Bane. What's more valuable to me now, Bane or JML? You know what? I kind of feel like JML is more valuable. Yeah, let's do it. I think we're doing Bane. Bane with, what do you want? You want him? Go Dark Side. We'll just use this. Didn't even read what the level 3 was. Whatever. Increase cooldowns. AoE. Alright, damage immunities are triggered. Okay. Terrifying. This is why you don't see me do this type of counter. Because since I don't have a high relic Bane, I do find it a little scary. Alright, we'll increase. I should be hitting a lot. Ooh. Alright, AoE. Not quite. Almost. Let's keep it moving. We'll Wampa this. I think, Sith? Wampa's, where's my brain at? Where is my mind? Sure. Whatever. None of this matters. Alright, we'll auto and we'll try and cover nonsense, but there's not too much nonsense to cover because, oh, you know what, I want to manage this for a moment. Just because I haven't been watching things. Since I've been back home, I don't want to call this place home. I may have been living here for like 12 years, but I don't want, this is not my home. My home is Michigan, the Great Lakes State, where we say ope and drink Fago. And have one of the lower quality of the like swill beers. Like if you with like the higher quality ones would be like your Pabst in your old styles solid enough, I guess. And then you kind of move through these different tiers of these regional ones that used to be predominant. It's just Budweiser started moving around and purchasing them all off and killing them, except for you can buy some of them locally still. And Detroit's version was Stroh's. And Stroh's is not very good. But it is Detroit's. We also have Verner's, which is also not very good. I definitely prefer a Canada Dry ginger ale. What's interesting about Verner's is during Prohibition that they were a brewery that switched over to making sodas during Prohibition, and that's where Verner's came from. Also, I believe Superman ice cream, which is a regional treat that I love. Definitely not a licensed use. Alright, what do we got going on here? I keep doing this. It doesn't... Wait. Yeah, I keep doing this dumb thing. It doesn't really work, but we're going to keep doing it. And that is Vader. Because it only seems to work up against the really weak ones. And this is a pretty weak one. Because there's no relics on Chieftain. No, I don't want to use Assassin. Let's use him. And... Because now as people have these like relict Tuskens, the success rate on this has been pretty terrible. I still like to give it a shot, though. Alright. We will jump into Merciless Massacre, throw down the dots, but we don't land any, which is super annoying. Okay. And now we are in a good situation. This is where we want to be. How does the cooldown work? Yeah, we're going to do this now. Because it was debuffed. So we get that. But we don't really land dots. If this were... Did they change something where dots land less frequently? Maybe I'll go back to the old footage to see if we were ever landing dots. I just feel like we used to land dots. Okay, so it's important to have debuffs so that with here, with Dark Frenzy, we get more stacks of Loyal Hand. And then we get AoEs and we take them out. So like this one, it worked, but it don't always. Now we got some serious nonsense. One of the things I hate most is using a good team up against a bad team. And sometimes it gets me into trouble. So we need to find the right balance of making sure we win and not using anything that matters. Or we could just have fun. Yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to do something dumb. I want to play with mercenaries. Because we did this in 5v5. This might be a little scary. So we did this like in 5v5. So I don't really think I can do it here. But I do have a Relic 8 Scion. What do we get here? Yeah, I don't know. We're going to do Shinhadi and Merrick. Or maybe we get rid of Shinhadi. Like, what if we got rid of her and we put in a tank? Would that work better? Like, what if we put in L3? Does it have to be Darkside? Let's try this. I'm curious. So we're going to take some turns, the AoE. Okay. And now we go, boom, and now we're going to start doing this. Maybe we did want Shinhadi. Yeah, we're not getting the kind of damage that we were seeing up against some things. Yeah, no. Also, I haven't read those kits. We've been busy. Alright. That goof off was not... You know what? We should probably not be goofing off. Really want to, though. Okay, we got that. We got Qui-Gon. Got Kellerin. Is there anything that... I guess there's a Melgus up above that we might want to take more seriously. But we could also use JML there. Yeah, we just got to get down below. Let's just start knocking things off. I don't care anymore. We'll start overpowering. Not too much, though. Yeah, here's what we'll do. I'm going to go unaligned force users down here. So we'll do Seer, Malicos, and we'll do Cal. Because we can ignore protection, we can counter, we can ignore taunts. Yeah, I figured this would be pretty strong. But this is exactly what I didn't want to do, which was use something way stronger up against this, but we just need to get done. Like, there's nothing to be learned from that. Now with these Jedi. Do we use something good? You know what? I think we just do this. We do Revan, not Kellerin. Where's Jolie? Jolie. Alright, stun, speed up offense, inflict expose. There's only one stun though. Whatever. Health and protection, recovery. That's kind of interesting. Let's do that. Because we could lose allies and get revives, so there's like some potential. Or did it say first time? Oh, okay, it said first time. Whatever, we can still benefit from it. I think we want to try and eliminate Barris first. Okay, we will swap. Turn meter. We're going to steal those buffs from Barris. Or not Barris, from Bastila. We're going to have to steal him again because of that. Yeah, we're still swapping to get rid of the buff immunity. We will steal. Spread them buffs. Alright, Barris is gone. Now it's just a matter of time. But I'm going to go after Basila. I guess at this point it doesn't matter. It's just a little preference, I guess. Okay. Alright, we'll auto. Yeah, so this time of year, my enthusiasm in the game just wanes a little bit. Like, I'm never going to stop playing. We're going to keep playing. I feel like I'm better than most at being able to regulate how much I put into the game. It's something I do recommend if you're feeling a little burnt out. There's a lot of ways to do it. If you are in a super competitive guild, I do think it is worth downshifting guilds. Like, you may think that it's really important to you, but I think in a lot of cases, like, if you're in a guild going at 100% all the time, just pulling back a little and going to a guild that's going to like 80%, you're not really going to notice a difference in your roster, and you're going to feel a whole lot better. Just because there's plenty of guilds that take things seriously and have serious players, but are not pushing their guild members to always like go, go, go. And that makes a huge difference in how you feel about things. Alright, what do we want to do here? Starkiller and Melgus remain. The rest of this I don't care about. Like, let's just start knocking these off and see what teams we're left with. I want JTR Swallow. Where are you? Where are you at? There we go. No, that's useful. There's no tank here. Sure. I need to reheat that coffee. Alright, do we get lucky? This is what it's about. Boom or not? Not quite. Now we got speed up again. Now everybody's under stealth. We will throw the healing immunity on Super Commando. Okay. And this is why I love this, because they cannot take me out. And we just keep her under stealth, or not her under stealth, we keep everyone else under stealth through placing whatever that's called onto her. And boom. Not that that was a good version with the Gear 12 characters. It's not like a dangerous one, but you get the idea. That's why I like doing it. Can we just Savage solo this? Oh, Savage, I put on defense. I can't solo it. Well, I guess we could have some fun. Where do we want to use my Great Mother? Okay, who's a threat or not? We've got... Where can we go with Great Mother? Can we be crazy? Do we want to be crazy? No, there's no way. There's no way my Great Mother's working there. We're not that crazy. What am I going to do up against Starkiller if I use JML here? I guess I just use C. I think I'd rather do C up against Starkiller. Alright, let's do Jedi. Although, well, his mods aren't that good. You know what? Let's just do JKL lead. Normally we do JML lead, but like it's... Yeah. It has a high win rate, but it's not flawless. Just feel like maybe slowing him down is a good idea. I think this was the right call. Maybe a bit overpowered, but strong. We have Iden and Geos. Iden and Geos. Right now I'm thinking about Tony Todd, who just died yesterday. But what I'm thinking about is some of the storylines with Kern in Star Trek, both The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, because it's kind of insane. Because at some point, Worf destroys the family honor. Because like during The Next Generation, he's spending the whole time gaining the family's honor, repairing the family's honor, because there was a great lie that destroyed the reputation of the House of Moog. We'll talk about this in a second. We got to keep this moving. And that covers what is going on in Next Generation. Like, Kern becomes a captain of a bird of prey, and then you get into Deep Space Nine, but because of the politics of things, Worf ends up destroying the family honor again because he stands for his version of honor, not a political version of honor, like a true version of honor, which ends up getting their family stripped. And then Kern now wants to end his... He wants to go to SWGOH, but doing so, to stop that from happening, Worf decides that the remedy is to wipe his mind, so he has no recollection of who he is, which is just crazy. This is what we want to do. Do we care to retain some? You know what? Let's throw in Mallet. I'm like hardly paying attention to what I'm doing right now. All right, we'll link you, and we will link you, and we will try and knock out Pelp on our own quickly. Should use Marauder. Marauder would be a little faster. Whatever, I don't think it's going to matter. And do that. Take a couple hits. We'll have the alt in a second. Yeah, so Worf wipes his brother's mind, played by Tony Todd, and then he gains the family honor back. And it's never addressed about Captain Kern and how his brother struggling, and instead of just like maybe saying like I'm going to gain the family honor back, he just wipes his mind and they never address it or fix it again. And now his brother, for a momentary period of loss of honor, now is somebody else. And it's crazy. And Worf has, not only has the family honor back, but is like the ambassador to the Federation for the Klingon Empire. God, I love Star Trek. Love it so much. Alright, what do we got going on? Let's do some Sith. Let's just blow this up with Melgus. We're not even watching what we're doing. Let's just grab some sort of cron for the stats. Don't care. Let's jump in. As far as I'm concerned, this is pretty much over, and we've done what we needed to do. Ability block? Perfect. We still don't have a shock, so we're going to hold off that. There we go. We're good. If you guys haven't watched Silo, this is what I want to talk about. Silo is coming back for season 2 in like a week. And Silo, it's on Apple TV Plus, and it is amazing. It's one of my favorite things I watched last year, and it is criminally underwatched. The whole concept is these people live in a vertically oriented piece of architecture, presumably a missile silo, and they've been there so long that there is no memory of the world outside, why they're there, or anything. All that they know is that they can't go outside. And then just this mystery starts to unfold about what is going on, and it is quite good. I'm really pumped for season 2. What do we want to do here? So Grievous, Newt, none. Is there any serious teams left? I guess Iden's a serious team in some respects. You know what? This feels like an Afra moment. Just give me any of these. I don't care. Because they can take as many turns as they want. We're going to stack stats faster than they do, and we got a bunch of AoEs. This is the type of thing that ought to crush here. And the things that Scout Trooper does well is not really going to be relevant. And if he happens to go under stealth, we're not going to care because our AoEs will eventually take him out. Yeah, we'll do the Namor Shred, why not? AoE. Scout will pop back up because he had the buff. And there we go. Yeah, now we're just going through this period of overpowering, and oh, we have Baudelaire. I think we'll do Inquisitors here. Yeah, we're just overpowering. He had a very strong offense because his defense here is terrible, and he does have a lot of things. I guess we should be using like remnants and stuff. We should be playing with our new toys. Yeah. Okay. Although maybe I should have been going for more solos up against this guy, because I feel like my memory is just a little foggy on what my solos can be. Do we want to do Mandalorians here? I feel like I want to do Mandalorians up against or wait. Where do we want to do Remnants? Oh no, let's do Great Mother and Remnants. So what we're going to do here is Great Mother. Or wait, no. This might be the better place for Remnants? Or are they going to crit? I feel like there's more crits here. Django can crit. So maybe Great Mother is... This is where we Great Mother. Although, no, we're just going to stick with it. Great Mother here. Great Mother, Elsbeth will take Spirit. Looks good. We will doom Dooku? We will bless Elsbeth, and hopefully that, yeah, just blows him up. Figured this is about how it would go. I was tempted to throw this up against Melgus, but there are too many AoEs, we would have died. Now, I don't have really any confidence with Enoch up against Grievous, because that could go poorly, just because there are crits here. But I think we have a better shot up against this than we did up against Dooku and Jango. This could work well, though. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, we'll go with AoE, throw up the alert. We will Dispel, throw down the Tenacity down. That's going well. We're going to attack Droideka right now. Maybe I should have saved that Dispel. We will... I'm going to Basic. I want to get more stacks of Blight. Alright. I'm going to... Oh, he's taunting. But we'll throw 3 here. Now there's 5. That was what I was afraid of, and it looks like we're okay. Oh, wait, no, he can't. The Droideka can't crit. It's just Grievous who can. It's just offense. Okay, we're... That makes me feel a little better. I think my instincts were right. Alright, we will Dispel. We're going to drop a bunch of stacks of Blight here on Droideka. Take the hit. Boom. Okay. Love that squad. It's definitely my favorite new one. Now what do we have back here? Leviathan. Alright. It looks like we can just play this old school. We don't need to make any adjustments for the new things that we're seeing. Although, maybe we do that. I think... So what do we want to do? Profundity Mirror then? Alright, we got Foresight up, drop the target lock. They go, AoE, move the Foresight, give me turn meter. We will Dispel. We are reinforcing with the Defender. This is not playing out the way it usually does, because normally we would have been able to get another attack in. Who do I want to stun? Normally we stun the bomber, but usually I don't have a choice about it. Now that I have a choice, would I be interested in stunning somebody else? Is this crazy? Yeah, I feel like might be in trouble. Oh, you know what? I forget. He has the Defender in front. Well, I guess the Defender is different. I did not factor that into my thinking. And now I think we're quite a bit in trouble. Yeah, we are very much in trouble, because I forgot about that. Do I have the Leviathan? I need to do Leviathan Mirror. Is my Leviathan on defense? That's not the right thing. Okay, we gotta do Leviathan Mirror. I just slipped my mind for a moment. Oh, and we almost made a disastrous mistake. which is we need to swap these out. I need to update all my presets so I don't make those kinds of mistakes. Okay. All right, we're back on track. Okay. Basic. That might not be great. I probably should have done the other one. I'm going to bring out the Mark 6. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this. They're bringing out a reinforcement. It's going to blow up. We're dropping bombs. And this is going to blow up, so we're bringing out the scimitar. His turns are all messed up, which is weird, but I think we're good. Yep, there's the alt. He didn't bring out a reinforcement the first chance he could. Oh, we're taking a couple hits. Keep stacking stats. I'm gonna get stacks of whatever. We'll drop a what? Fine. Alright. Now, healing immunity, good. Drop the debuffs. We'll get a big hit in. Big-ish. Keep pushing the stats and debuffs. Okay, now we've got a shock. AoE. Almost. He's gonna fully heal, though. We need that healing immunity back. We're not gonna get it. Okay, that'll take care of Bomber, or just about. We're gonna throw a shock over on the Interceptor. Okay, that should do it. Come on. We got stuff to do today. Okay. Profundity. Let's grab our ships and get in. Ooh, wait. Let's bring in the bomber just in case. We took it off of the other fleet for this reason. Let's do it. Just in case we get one of those bad RNG matches. That's an acceptable start. That's weak. We always go with a reinforced hull at this stage. Oh, we try and land. Okay, we land that. See here, that's why I do reinforced hull, but it didn't make a difference. We still lost my ship. So it means our reinforcement will be the bomber. Because we had a bad RNG outing. We'll save that. I should have dispelled. Alright, now we dispel. Jeez, come on, guys. I'm glad we remembered the bomber, because this would have been a loss without it. It's still going poorly with it. Come on. Okay, good. Okay. They're going to hit the alt. They're getting so many out-of-turn attacks. I do not like how this is going. Like, they might have the alt right now. No, I think they've got the alt. Like, this is... They're ripping me apart with these out-of-turn attacks. Yeah. No, that was insane RNG. Like, I was getting nothing, and they were getting everything. I think we're okay, because we still got rid of the tanks. But what can we use? We definitely can't use Radis. We're going to have to use Finalizer, which means I'm using Radis here up against his Finalizer, and I don't like that. We might actually be in trouble. It's just, we have to do this. Because we definitely can't throw this up against the Profundity, because the Profundity is a hard counter to this by being able to dispel Deflector Shield. And Deflector Shield is the entire mechanic behind the ultimate. Alright, we're going to dispel because it gives turn meter, wobble. We're going to lose our MG100 now, which I don't like, but I think we're going to bring out the comeuppance. Losing that expose is so irritating. Okay, no, we got it. Alright, let's rip it apart. We're going after the shuttle. Alright, deflector shield on everybody. AoE. Good. And this is basically all Gear 12 pilots. Like, Zori is not even Gear 12. Zori is Gear 11, I think. Or did I take her up to Gear 12? Don't recall. Alright, we ripped it apart. And now we got to see if we can rip this apart, because we don't have a lot of good ships left. Really, we have the Finalizer fleet and junk. And as long as we can take out, like, the Outrider, that's what I'm hoping for. Because we might be able to pick apart the rest if we can at least break up the Outrider. No, this is a terrible start. Alright, we'll drop the Hunted. And I want to feed turn meter. And it's already gone. Okay. No, we're in trouble. We are absolutely in trouble. All right. Yes, this one. Die, please die. Yes. Okay. All right. We are in a much, much, much better place. Okay. What do we want to do? You know what? Let's just try and get a shot. Oh, we didn't even get a shot out. I thought... Yeah, because there's the thing. Okay. Alright, well, AoE will take some protection away and... just do a little damage. Alright, now can we start picking the rest of this part? We did what I wanted, which was get rid of the Outrider. Now we'll use our next best fleet, which is Raven's Claw, which is bad sign. Yeah, because that's our last fleet. It's junk. Nothing but junk that doesn't work together. Which really means we need the Falcon gone. But what that really means is we gotta win this time. If we don't win this time, I don't know. I think we might get stuck, and we're looking at a loss. I didn't look at the banner total, but that's what it's feeling like. What? He's got the wobble, but I should be attacking Ghost. But I shouldn't complain, because actually attacking the Falcon's better. That just looks like a little glitch, because now we're back onto attacking Ghost. Alright, we got Phantom. We'll do the target lock. Oh, is it because I landed the target lock, which is allowing me... Okay, I think I understand. The target lock is overriding the wobble. Or was. Yeah, we're not winning this. Not unless we somehow miraculously take out the Falcon with this hit. Yeah, not a chance. Yeah, see, now it's healed up. No, we're not clearing this. You know what really cost me was that mistake of trying Chimera first and just forgetting. Just because we would have had Chimera here, and this Chimera as a cleanup, we would have been fine. We would have been crushing. I guess we're going to take this. This was a win that I'm now probably losing, because he was far more efficient than I was. I was goofing off a little bit. Yeah, I'm kind of upset about this. Yeah, alright. Did I win or lose? Oh, I won. Okay, what? because I was stripping banners. Oh my god. Okay, good. We won. Could have been a loss easily, and well played, Nugget, but I misplayed that fleet, and it nearly cost me, and I'm glad it didn't. And we were up there, but now I gotta go get ready for stuff. I got a busy evening and busy rest of the weekend. Thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.